I'm doing monoprints of sort of trees and landscapes, and sort of inspired by Mondrian's early work. I feel like monoprints has really opened that up for me because it's a very fluid way of working, and it sort of distorts the images, so it's not photographic, and I'm able to interpret the photograph or my subject different ways. I came on an open day to look around the studio space, and sort of the huge windows and the amount of space you get for the foundation course is really rare in London. I think the traditional and the sort of contemporary aspect of the course is really special and unique.
Here I developed my passion for fashion and jewelry, and working with materials and my interest in small 3D design. So this semester we were supposed to choose a building or get inspired by an architectural site and use that inspiration when creating jewelry in my case, or some kind of fashion designs and garments. And I've chosen the Petronas Twin Towers. They are in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. At first I was looking at the floor plan of the building, and then I discovered that the floor plan is based on the Islamic shape. It's called Rub al-Hizb, and Cesar Pelli, which was the architect, added small circles over there so that he can add more space to the building. The building also appeared so structural to me, and it reminded me spine when I look at it closer. So here I compared spine to the actual floor plan, and this is the beginning of the necklace I'm gonna make later. I collaborated with a friend of mine and with my classmate. She's applying for fashion communication, and she used my necklace in her photo shoot. And I really like the idea of us helping each other, and so that we don't need to look for other people.
I wanted to come on the foundation course here to get an idea of which part of art I was interested in pursuing, and whether it was the right thing to do at all. So for the first few months of the course, we did a diagnostic project where we covered a different area. Each week or each couple of days we'd change, and we were able to explore fine art in 2 dimensions, in painting and drawing, lots of life drawing, but also in 3D media, in casting projects, in glass work, in making a diorama. We were able to explore all of those different elements to what's possible in studying art, and to get a better idea of what we wanted then to pursue. So I decided that I wanted to go into painting because I found that was rewarding, and that was what I was interested in.
That's my stuff. That's really good. I'm Dawn. I'm 18. I'm on the foundation course at City&Guilds of London Art School, in the design group, because I'm specialising in architecture. Last time we learnt lots of different skills such as etching and screen printing, which was nice to be able to have all those facilities because we didn't often get the chance to do things like etching at my last school. Because I just did a screen print to design a cinema seat because my project's based on cinemas. We have a mixture of tutors with different skills, so we have a screen printing tutor who helped me with my print, jewellery design, so that's pretty useful for the fashion students, but also just generally design, and all the tutors can recommend exhibitions to see and things that might be of interest. So we're doing a project based on a building and storytelling within architecture, choosing a detail of a building and expanding on that to tell a story about the building or something about its history. It's inspired by Kensington Palace and the exhibition that's on there, which we went to see as a group. Well, on the wall just there's pictures of pop-ups. That's what I'm trying to do now. They're little pop-up models, and I'm making a pop-up book about the cinema that I've chosen, which includes a little bit about its history, but also I'm really interested in like origami as part of architecture, structures, and manipulating paper. And it is on the theme of, it is a cinema, so I've also been looking at other entertainment venues. I've already had offers from a few universities, and I'm going to be studying architecture at Cambridge next year. There are lots of tutors, they can always come and sit and talk to you and help you. I got a lot of help with my applications to universities, especially when I had lots of different portfolios to do.
I'm Dara, I'm a mature student here at City&Guilds on the foundation course. I'm about halfway through my course now after about 6 months. I'm a teacher by profession, so I can always go back and teach, but I would quite like to be an art teacher as well as an English teacher. The first part of the course was quite a broad review, working in different kinds of materials, really to give me the chance to see what I wanted to specialise in later. And at this point now, we've been asked to think more carefully about what we might want to specialise in, with a view to the exhibition at the end of the year and with a view to what might come next. So I've decided to focus on 3D. There's a lot of water in it still, it's quite heavy, so it's still retaining the nature of felt, so it's sagging, but it's got a little bit of rigidity, so I have to keep propping it up and getting it into the shape that I want. Well, we had a really interesting project which was from fashion to furniture. So we were each challenged to go off and get a shirt and bring that in, take that apart, and use that in some way to reconstruct it to design a chair. So that was a big eye-opener for me. So I think what it really did was help me to look at things in a different way. So a shirt isn't necessarily a shirt. You can also think about the design, shape, form. How can you translate one thing, one medium into something else? So for me as a mature student, this course has been a real eye-opener. It's something that I've wanted to do for quite a number of years. And I think when you save up for something and you plan for it, you make the most of the opportunity, and there is much to be made. So I'm having a great time.
My name's Clooney Fratton. I'm a foundation student at City&Guilds, and I came here because, well, you're pretty much the only college that still practices all of the woodwork, stonework, conservation projects, stained glass, I mean all the stuff, etching, for instance, toxic etching, that everywhere else is cut, which is a bit disappointing. But now I've specialised, it's great because I get the opportunity to go pretty much anywhere I like, and the staff are very helpful. I mean, I haven't had anyone so far say, no, it's not possible to do this. Everyone's been completely facilitating. I'm making a stained glass deer skull. Stained glass is easier when there's fewer pieces, so I just broke the drawing down into four main pieces with the actual drawing, and there's pieces surrounding it. So I'm in the middle of it. I've cut all the pieces to size, following the map and around the heart lines, and then I've just painted it at the moment. But that then will be fired, and after that I can lead it all up. There's some more matching pieces over there, and solder it and put putty under it, and then I'll have a stained glass piece. It's great, it's simple, I could do it as long as I have glass and a glass cutter and a pair of pliers, and I'm sorted, I can do it all.
During the first term, we got to try work on diorama, and I found that really interesting. And then I decided to specialise in sculpture to try it. And then the first project was to take a painting and then interpret it in a sculptural way. And I'm really interested in installation work. And so I decided to build an installation around the painting. I got really interested in the patterns on wallpapers, and I started drawing imitations myself and then printing them, and then I made a diorama from a small version of the print I drew originally. I really like the Victorian illustration and the sort of style of
very decorative and pretty illustrations. Well, next year I want to do fine art sculpture at City&Guilds.